mira, bobo. Anda para allá, bobo.
Muchacho. Oh, all right. My camera's not even fucking working, bro. That's all right. That's how good this shit is. That's how good of a start we're on right now, guys. Camera's not even working. Well, it's working. It just doesn't want. There we go. It just didn't want to turn on. All right. Muchachos, el Inter Miami lost in the League's Cup final today against the Seattle Sounders. A 3-0 loss. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even see the third goal. As soon as the second goal hit in the penalty kick, I went upstairs and started setting up the stream. Um, it was a bad game. This was a horrendously terrible game. This was like the most like it felt like we weren't even watching Miami. Like does that make sense? Like this was a completely different Miami team from what we've hyped up, from what we've talked about. Like just nothing clicked. Absolutely nothing clicked. And I'm over here, and most of us are over here, like, oh, but this is a Miami team with experience. They know how to play in finals, in the big games. That's where they show up. Who showed up today? Who showed up today? Who showed up today? It wasn't Messi. It wasn't De Paul. It wasn't Busi. Suarez did honestly was probably the best player, I think, on the field. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's me being genuine. Like that's like my sincere opinion. I think Suarez was probably the best player on the team tonight, and Bright. But De Paul, and dude, I have De Paul's name on my back, yo. Like I have De Paul's name on my back. Like I love De Paul, and I was really happy when he was when he was when he came to Miami, when he was rumored to sign in Miami. But De Paul, nowhere to be found. Jordi Alba, nowhere to be found. Ian Frey, poor guy, dude. Poor guy. Like, I feel bad for Ian Frey. I feel bad for Ian Frey because De La Vega was just a better player. And that's not me taking a shot at Ian Frey. It was just the 1v1, like De La Vega versus Ian Frey. De La Vega was winning all day long. Like, just Frey couldn't handle it, and that's not Frey's fault. Ashende, I don't even want to comment on Ashende, yo. There's a lot of comments coming in. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna pull some of them. I mean, like as you can see on the screen right here. You got all of your comments. I'm gonna try to read as many as I can without while trying to keep the plot. But we got Yo Bro saying embarrassing. Hashtag Mascherano out. Unlucky says can't even argue. Its Sounders were better than us in every aspect. 1000%. We were far worse. We were the worst team. Like we weren't even the worst team, but we were awful. Like this was probably the worst game I've seen Inter Miami play in a really, really long time. And we had, statistically, we had 70% possession. We had 10 shots. 10 shots. And Seattle had 11. So I have no idea just what wasn't clicking. Jennifer Torres says outcoached. Outcoached, outplayed, out everything. Like everything. Nothing went right. Absolutely nothing. Vice Rosa, shout out to Vice Rosa. Says, hey Matt, near my home is a pond that a heron that always lands and chills every time he is around. Miami wins a match. Today he didn't show up, so I can be the fortune teller for everybody. Damn, dude. I wonder what happened to that heron, yo. 2 chances missed. Ashende, dude. Ashende. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You guys saw the back pass from Suarez. Amazing, beautiful back pass from Luis Suarez. Ashende was one-on-one in front of the keeper. Completely sent it wide. Completely sent it wide. That should have been 1-1. That should have been 1-1. And with that goal and with that opportunity, $99 super chat. The GOAT Tony says Miami had their chances and couldn't convert. Absolutely right, Tony, man. And dude, it was so it's just frustrating. It was so frustrating because I think out of the 11 shots, we had probably maybe 3, maybe 4 opportunities, like real opportunities that we could have scored. And it's such a shame, man. Messi was getting cooked all game. Cooked meaning like he was getting double teamed all game. Mess says Ashende is terrible. So shout out to Tony, man. Huge shout out to Tony. Thank you again for the 199. Not even blaming Mascherano, says Brad. Or the player. Seriously, we did nothing in the transfer window. Same shit every single time. That backline needs to be revamped completely. Okay, let's talk about this really quickly before I get to the rest of the comments, and then I'm going to show you guys remind you guys this lineup. Let me pull something up real quick because I wanna talk about this. So huge shout out to Brad here on this comment. I want to try to put this in like the nicest way possible, like without like sounding rude or disrespectful, because I don't want to be disrespectful, right? At the end of the day, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I do want to say it how it is, if that makes sense. This Inter Miami team is a team that what feels like at times, especially with like for some reason, I feel like it's shown a little bit more when the ball joined. But for some reason, I feel like with this Inter Miami team, regardless of the fact that it has Lionel Messi, regardless of the fact that it has Busquets, that it has Jordi Alba, that has Luis Suarez, I feel like this team has no chemistry. Like this team has zero connection with each other, that they have no cohesion. I feel like just everything is out of sync. I did mention this earlier in the year, maybe like a month ago. I mentioned about not having cohesion. I forget who the opponent was at the time. But I don't understand. Like, it just seems like they kind of go out there and they just figure it out. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yes, to a certain extent, like at the professional level, that's what you have to kind of do. You know, you adapt to situations, and you just adjust, and then you kind of have to go with the flow and see how the game is. But I feel like there was just no game plan going into this game. Like, what was the game plan going into this game? You start at Shende. Everything else is the same. We're playing out wide to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba was getting locked down all game long. He was doing the same thing over and over and over again. It was so predictable. Ian Frey was getting cooked by De La Vega. Maxi Falcon and Gonzalo Lujan out of position every single time. They were out of position every single. There was not one moment in the game that I can recall that they were in the position or in the spot that they needed to be. Lujan was responsible for the first goal. He bit early. He followed Ferreira. He fell for the trap, left the space in behind, completely fell for it. and couldn't recover, and their striker scored. Obviously, the second one was a penalty kick. Yannick Bright was just trying to do, he was just trying to take out a really freaking quick player that came off the bench that I forget who warned me about this guy in the preview. Shout out to you, but whoever warned me about it. I forget his name. He came off the bench. Menungu. Georgie Menungu. Bright took down Menungu. Penalty, second goal. Third goal I didn't even watch. I was up here by the time that came. But it was like, what was it? What was the game plan? You ended up trying to make offensive substitutions. You took out Lujan. You took out Ian Frey. You put in Velasco Segovia, and then you put in, I believe it was Fafa. And then it's like, you put Fafa on the right. You put Fafa up top with Suarez. You put Ashinde on the right. You put Velasco Segovia and Messi as like 2 10s. Like, we were playing like a 2-4-2-2. Like, I don't even know what it was. And like, Velasco Segovia looked like he didn't know where he was going. Like, it just looked random. It was just very, very random. And I could be off on this opinion or this assessment, and this could be very like basic or whatever, but I don't care, because it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me. And it was frustrating all game long, just completely frustrating. And I'm trying to read your guys' comments as I'm talking. But no, it was just completely out of sync. And this is an unrecognizable Inter Miami team. And going back to the actual point of me saying all this, I don't understand how when you have the Barca boys and then De Paul, and then you still don't have any chemistry with your team. Like, it just doesn't feel like they just feel out of sync. It doesn't feel like a team. Like, this Inter Miami team doesn't feel like a team, or it didn't feel like a team tonight against Sounders. Absolutely not. It just felt like 11 individual players just went out there. They were playing pickup ball, and they were just trying to put something together. And that's me being completely honest, but not, and that's me not being disrespectful. Like, I don't think this is me being disrespectful. Vice Rosa says, everyone except the 5 notable players doesn't know the playstyle that Messi and the others are trying to make them understand. Ashinde, Falcon, etc. get confused tons of times. But then even when they do play the playstyle that they know, it's predictable. Like I said before, Jordi Alba, like, he couldn't do anything all game. The passes he was getting, the crosses or whatever, that was super predictable. Nothing was working. Lionel Monaco says the back pass strategy is the worst, and they didn't defend in the middle that great. Tony says we need a coach that knows how to use their players. If Jordi on the left don't work, they do the same thing. Jordi on the left don't work, they do the same thing over and over again. Casar says, nah, dude, Mascherano part of the problem. He said about all the defenders, so 2 goals on him. No, but okay. Yes and no. Because at that point, it's 1-0. It's the 70th minute. We need to win. We need to score. So winning 1-0 and winning 3-0 is essentially the same thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Like, losing 1-0 and losing 3-0 is the same. You lost. It doesn't matter. Goal difference is not a thing. It doesn't matter. So I'd rather Mascherano go all out attack and try to score. The thing is, like, we just couldn't connect. Like, it just wasn't syncing. Like, nothing was working. And like, it was literally Fafa and Suarez, Messi and Telasco, Jordi and Ashende, and then in the defense was Busi, Busquets, and Bright, and like Maxi or whatever, whatever the fucking back line was. It was weird. It was just all over the place. It was just genuinely, it was all over the place. Roster rules FC takes a tough loss tonight. Valid, JC. J Car for life. Hey, shout out to Man City though. Didn't you guys lose to Brighton today? I'm just saying. My bad. Um, isn't this also like the worst form that you've been in the start of a for the start of a season, like under Pep Guardiola? I don't know. Anyways, no hate against City, by the way. I love Manchester City. They came to my job and they used our training facilities. Um, Amazing people. Love Manchester City. Pep's a really funny guy. Um. Anyway, Michael Donnelly says, "You're right. Miami is so predictable." Anis is complaining about the referee. The referee was very, very lenient on the cards. Very, very lenient on the cards. Um, we did better in the second half with Segovia. I genuinely. Let's look at the starting lineup, guys. Let's look at the starting lineup because I want to show you guys the ratings as well. And I genuinely speaking, I don't understand why Velasco Segovia did not start. It blows my mind why Allende started and not Velasco Segovia. So let's take a look here. So let's take a look at the lineup. Ustari, Jordi Alba, Falcon, Lujan, Frey, De Paul, Busi, Bright, Messi, Suarez, Allende. Baltazar had a fantastic game last time out. He didn't get a start. Velasco Segovia played great off the bench against Orlando, had a goal, didn't get a start. Why? Allende has been, I don't want to blame this on Allende, right? Look, and Tony brings up a good point in Velasco playing good. And I don't want to blame this loss on Allende, but Tadeo Allende has been the most inconsistent player for the last, 3 months? Since June, maybe? Since like before Club World Cup. The most inconsistent player on this team. And he got a start tonight against Seattle. How does that make sense? The most inconsistent player. This is the player. In this position, you need to put the player that you trust, that can score, that can create, that you can rely on, that is consistent. And Tadeo Allende has been the opposite of that for the last 3-4 months. And like I said, I don't want to blame this. Why did I just click? Was that me? Did someone donate? What the fuck? Hello? Hello? I'm so confused. Wait, why isn't it letting me go? Wait, can you guys see me? Hello? Okay, yeah, no, my thing froze. My thing froze. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully somebody didn't donate because if you did, it didn't pop up. And I really hope you didn't get scammed. Okay, sorry. Anyways, back to the Allende. Yeah, it was so bad. I just don't understand that. Like the most inconsistent player since June, you give him a start in the final. Doesn't make any fucking sense. What else, man? What else? What else are we talking about, guys? Bright was awful. U.S. men's national team total football. I think this is your first time here, so welcome in. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bright was probably one of the better players on the fucking team tonight, dude. And like that's me being genuine. I think the best player, like the best player on this team that played tonight was probably Yannick Bright. Maybe. Uh Maybe I was gonna say like Busquets or something, but I don't know. But no, like, nah, dude. Like it was bad. Allende was a choke, absolutely. You're asking why once again, coach is Mascherano. He dumb as a fish. If we don't win the MLS Cup now, Javier Mascherano is getting fired. Yeah, essentially. It's 8 in the morning here, and I think I'm going to drink my sorrows away, feeling really depressed. Please be careful. Please be responsible. If you're gonna drink, please do it at home and don't go outside. Please. Please, Bert. I don't need to I don't need to I don't want to worry. No, here it's 10:30 at night, in my time, Eastern time, here in South Florida. Uh Barca yeah. Oh, City lost. Can't catch a break. Yeah, yeah, no, that it sucked today. Today wasn't good. I mean, hey, Liverpool won. Liverpool's Soboslai scored a banger. I don't know. I think that was pretty cool. I have a Liverpool shirt with McAllister on the back. It's W. I gotta show you guys later. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I just like McAllister, and it's like clean. The jersey is very very clean. I have a Man City shirt as well, but I have Julian on the back, but obviously he doesn't play anymore. I have an Atleti shirt with Julian on the back. Anyways, how can you be in a slump? How long can you be in a slump for? Dude, at this point, it's not a slump. At this point, this is just him. This is just him. He needs a hard reset. This is not a slump anymore because now this is end game. We're at the end game now. We are a couple of games away from the postseason, and Ashinde is still playing like he's brand new to the team. And that is unacceptable. That is absolutely unacceptable. And not only is that unacceptable, this team is playing like they've never played football together in their life. And I don't want to be that harsh because it's one bad game. It was against a really, really good Seattle team. But at this rate, if we play Seattle in the MLS Cup, if we even make it that far, we're screwed. We're absolutely screwed. And now, I don't know. Now that it says, Mascherano won't get fired even if the season's trophyless. I think Messi wants him, so he stays his buddy. The best player was fucking Suarez of all people. The guy with no... Honestly, that's kind of fact. I mean, I did say that earlier, to be fair. But, Brad, that's facts. Suarez didn't play, like, horrible. He was trying to put some fucking passes together. I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, it wasn't the best, but... Ashinda chokes every game, dude. It's not almost every game, it's every game. It's every single game he chokes. And it's not a slump, dude. This is not a slump. He needs a hard reset. Raymond Ducot says, truth be told, Inter Miami's 2025 season highlight was surviving the group stage of the Club World Cup. The rest from preseason to this point has been a total failure. I'm not going to lie. I very much agree. That's a great point. Raymond, shout out to you. That is a very, very good point. Probably the biggest highlight of our season this year was having a good run in the Club World Cup, which is good. That's great. You know, that's something to be proud of. But we crashed out of CONCACAF Champions Cup. We lost bad in the Leagues Cup final, which a lot of people don't care about this tournament. But it's like, dude, it's a fucking trophy. Like, this is an intercontinental trophy that we play against Mexican teams. This is like the mini version of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Like, we have to care about this. What happened at the end? They were yo, great point. Shout out to Summer Sunshine. Great point. Yo, at the end of the game, I don't know if you guys caught it. I don't know who started it because I don't think the camera panned to it when it like was starting. But bro, everybody started fighting. Falcon grabbed somebody by the neck like this. Aviles was swinging like genuinely he was punching somebody. I don't know who it was. Even the coaching staff of Seattle was fighting. Somebody from the coaching staff of Seattle was trying to punch Suarez. It was so crazy. It was insane at the end of the game. Somebody asked for Lionel Messi's shirt and he was just like, no. He said no to him like 5 times. And like the guy kept asking. And Messi was like, no, stop. And then I think Bright came in and was like, stop asking him or some shit like that. It was bad, dude. It was bad after the game. That's embarrassing, yo. It's embarrassing because now Inter Miami are frustrated, and instead of fucking taking the L, because that's what they deserve tonight, they try to act all tough and try to fight the fucking Seattle players. Like, get out of here, yo. Like, we're not, this is not Sunday League where where you're like drinking the day before and then you come fucking hungover on Sunday and then you start fighting everybody. Like, this is not that, bro. This is professional football. This is a final of an intercontinental tournament in front of plus 60 plus thousand people at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington, and it being televised nationally or even internationally because it's fucking Apple TV. So an internationally broadcasted game, and you're fighting because you're butthurt because you lost because you deserve to lose. It's so bad, man. It was so bad. Henry asks, have I seen the first and third goal? I only saw the first and second goal. I didn't see the third goal. By the time when they scored the second goal, I just came upstairs to set up the stream. So I didn't see the third goal, but my parents said that because I was watching it with them downstairs, they said that they were literally just standing around and they were just out of position, which is what the defenders were doing all game. But anyways, I don't want to repeat myself. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'll say this: Inter Miami go another tournament with no trophy. So no CONCACAF Champions Cup, obviously no Club World Cup, no Leagues Cup. Now the only two trophies that we have left are Supporter Shield and MLS Cup. And I know I know nobody cares about the Supporter Shield, but it's still a trophy. But that doesn't mean it's acceptable. Meaning, if we win Supporter Shield, I'll be slightly happy. Like, I'll be like, all right, cool, we won a trophy. But in no means does that mean that this season was a success. Absolutely not. At this point, if we don't win the MLS Cup or at least reach the final of the MLS playoffs, this season was an absolute failure. Absolute failure. And we brought in Javier Mascherano. Now his job is going to be questioned. Will he be sacked? Probably not. Instead, they're going to try to think of a vision of bringing in certain players, hoping that he'll bring in, I don't know, young quality players. Benja's on the move to fucking, what's it called? To Parma, I believe it was, or something like that. On a loan. And we can get like 4 mil out of him, which is great for Benja. Shout out to Benja for getting that, which we'll talk about in a different, I'll probably talk about in a video or in a different stream. But Benja's on his way to Italy, so props to him. Like I said, I'll do that in a separate video because I want to, that's very positive, and I just want to focus on this game. But yeah, I don't know at this point, but it's MLS Cup or bust. And like what Mike V said, MLS Cup or bust. It's MLS Cup or bust. How did Messi even win man of the match? Probably because he's Messi. Casar says season already failed with Messi in the team. Basically waste him with this shit. Messi and his old friend clearly not working. Wright is making $80,000. Really? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, thanks, Ace Leonel. Benja is going to join Parma on loan from Inter Miami. That's something that, like I said, we'll talk about that in the next. I'll probably make a little short video on it, just explaining it to you guys, like a quick 3-minute video. But yeah, he is going to be leaving the club on loan, and then I think with the option to buy him for like 4 mil or something. I don't know if that part is mandatory or not. I'll look into it. But guys, I think that was a good therapy session, right? That was a nice, just a little. We had to get those emotions out. In the preview, I did say one thing that I did say one thing. Even though I said, despite the result, all I wanted from Inter Miami was for them to play at their 100%. I wanted them to give it their all. I wanted them to kind of just not walk away from this game feeling like they could have done more, right? And even the ball came out in a press conference and said something similar. I think he said it yesterday, and he literally took the words out of my mouth, right? But I feel like Inter Miami could have done a lot more, and I think they know they could have done a lot more. And yes, there were factors with the turf field and them not being accustomed to it, but the atmosphere wasn't the problem. The stadium wasn't the problem. The field maybe was a factor, but at the end of the day, Seattle were just a better team. And so props to Seattle. They deserved the win tonight. Congratulations on for them making history as well. I believe this is their 9th trophy in general in their history. And I think, no, not I think, I know with this trophy that they've won, with the Leagues Cup trophy that they won tonight, they have won every single accolade that a club can win in North America. So they've won 4 Open Cups. They've won, I believe, 2 MLS Cups, 1 Supporter Shield, 1 CONCACAF Champions Cup, and now they won the Leagues Cup. So that's 8 trophies. They've won everything. They've won 1 piece of silverware for every tournament that is available to play. I appreciate you guys again for tuning in. It's a very bad day to be a Miami fan. Now we just kind of have to move and look forward to the MLS playoffs, to postseason, to the MLS Cup, to maybe Supporter Shield. But today was not our game, and we did not deserve to win today. So, like I said, props to Seattle Sounders for winning. But we need to do better. We need to move forward. We need to hopefully find. We need to start being a team again. We need to start being a team and not 11 individuals out there on the field just trying to put some plays together or try to put some passes or some shots together. We need to play like a team. We need to act like a team. We need to be in sync. We need to find a chemistry and cohesion because it's not there. It's simply not there, and you can tell. You can tell by the body language of the players. You can tell by the attitude, just the way that they play on the field. You could tell it's not there. So we need to move on. We got it all out tonight. We move on to the next game. We move on to playoffs. We focus on MLS Cup, and hopefully, we just kind of hope for the best. We hope for the best, and hopefully that this season won't be a complete failure. But thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in to this live discussion, this live therapy session here on the channel with myself, Matt. If you guys have enjoyed this type of content, make sure to leave a like down below. There's a lot of you guys tonight, and I appreciate all the love and support. If you guys are new to the channel, which I think some of you here are new, I haven't seen you guys at least chat here before. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss these live streams. I'll be posting a video soon about Ben Cremaschi moving to Italy or being loaned out to the Italian club Parma. So make sure you guys, you guys are in the loop on that as well. We'll get them next time, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Enjoy Labor Day tomorrow. Most of us have the day off, so yeah, we're gonna enjoy that. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night, and follow Miami. Ciao, guys. Thank you for everything. Oh, also shout out to Tony for the 199. Appreciate you, bro. Everybody, have a great night. See you guys. Vamos. Ciao.
¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.